Hey guys, welcome back to another Rust base tour. Kind of a strange one this time. It started out as a pixel gap base, but it ended up as something a little bit different. And I'll show you what I mean whenever I go inside here. Just as a FYI, and apologize for the awkwardness, a lot of you have been asking over the years, Benjamin, how do you make these bases? Like, do you have like a schematic in your head, this post-apocalyptic vibe? Like, where does this come from? And I didn't really know how to explain it other than this is what the inside of my head is like. And I actually found out a month ago that I'm autistic, and I'm 40 years old, and I just found out that I'm autistic, and it was one of the most enlightening moments of my life. It validated a lot of things about my life, and it also probably helps explain why my bases look like this and have the unorthodox designs that you see in my other videos. So let's take a look inside here. I have a garage for my army jeep, which actually had to have to make a switch for the lift and then back this one up, and then pull this one out and then turn the switch on to make the it's jury rigged for sure, but this is where we're at. I know there's a garage down here. Whenever I see four bangers, like the four mods, the long cars, I love them so much that I wound up making another garage just to fit them in the base. We have an auto turret in the back here. Interestingly enough, this foundation wasn't missing, but we've been offline rated twice this wipe. They failed both times, and I'll show you why here in a second. But it allowed me to put an oil refinery there, so thanks for the remodel, I guess. Another auto turret here that also wasn't originally there, but the first time they raided, they came in right here. They actually came in from a similar side both times. Right here, we have two pixel gaps. You can see there's a chest here for storage, and then there's one over here also. But there's actually, over here, there's a drop box. You can put stuff in the drop box from there, and that goes into an armored bunker back there. So it's a pixel gap. That's the purpose of the pixel gap is to serve as a transfer just to get to the other bunker. There's also pixel gaps here and here, so there's storage here. And then the TC is actually right behind the workbench, which is also accessible through the pixel gap. And this is what makes this base unbelievably strong. You're probably not going to believe me whenever I tell you this, but it's okay, I'm going to show you. This base would take 150 rockets to get all of the main loot. I know that seems absolutely outrageous. It's, you know, it's a metal base. There's nothing. I mean, it's big, but it's not that big. How could a base this size cost 150 rockets? But I'm going to show you here in a second. There's another pixel gap storage here, and then another armored bunker here. And then also two more pixel gaps. There's one in there, and there's one in there. And none of the times when we were raided, offline raided twice, neither of the times did they get any of the pixel gaps, which I thought was interesting. So why is this base a 150 rocket raid? I mean, it's got pixel gaps, you know, sure, but what makes it so powerful, and I'll show you, it's the industrial system. So you can see that there's industrial pipes running out here. Sorry, here, this is our outbound barrel, and anything that we want stored in the industrial system that I've set up, we put in here. And what it does is the industrial system sends the loot, whether it's sulfur or whether it's metal or low grade or stone or whatever, it sends it out to all these various points around. You know, there's a through that door over there, and then into the backyard here. We have a host of external TCs. Some of them disconnectable, some of them not. The industrial system is connected to everything you see back here. This TC, this doorway, and then once you get in there, there's storage boxes in there that are also connected to it. And these are littered all through the backyard. Everything is operating in unison. But the interesting thing about the industrial system that I didn't understand at first about it is that whenever you send stuff outbound, it distributes whatever you're sending outbound evenly between everything. It doesn't fill up the last container and then go to the next one and then go to the next one. It actually distributes it all evenly for you without the use of splitters or anything like that, which is... That's the reason I even thought of this concept, and I'm sure others have too, but the concept, the fact that it distributes it evenly is what makes it so powerful. So, all of our loot, literally all of it, all of the loot that we have, components, guns, sulfur, resources, everything, is distributed evenly between all of these separated loot rooms. And if you make a small loot room that's really strong, like with an armored window, and then you do that 25 times. Look, there's even one. You see, there's even one back here, and you can look. It's so even if you were to raid this room here, you know, 8 rockets to get in here, you're not going to make your money back because there's no single loot room has an amount of loot that's worth raiding it for. So it's this concept of the loot is separated to such a degree that it's impossible for the enemy to win unless they blew up every single external TC in the entire compound and basically foundation wiped the main base also to get to all the pixel gaps and all the different areas that have the pipeline going in. We have a little shop here, but even the shop is used as part of the industrial system. You see? And with this method, I went around to each one of these and just calculated it. How much would it cost to raid this entire compound and get all of our loot? And it's literally 150 rockets. And for a base that's really not that big, and I mean, the upkeep is you know, this is a vanilla server, so the upkeep is getting kind of crazy right now. We can only fit 24 hours in the TC at a time, but still, this base doesn't appear to be a 150 rocket base. No way, but it is. And the beautiful thing is you might think, well, isn't it really annoying having to go outside to get stuff? And the answer is no, because if I want things, I'll just come here to the conveyor? Conveyor, is that what they're called? Conveyor? High quality. So let's say we need some resources for upkeep. I put them in the... Are they called conveyors? Conveyor. I know you saw me scroll past it. Yeah, conveyor. Just change the filters on the conveyor and turn it on. And look at what appears from outside. Thank you, good sir. There's my stuff, and it pulls it evenly from all 25 loot rooms out around in the compound. Then, if too much of something comes out because I'm too lazy to use the actual filters, I'll just put what I don't need back in here. You can see it's already taking it out and distributing it evenly outside in all the different loot rooms. So this base isn't as utterly crazy as some of my other ones in terms of design and aesthetic appeal, but the engineering base defense concepts implemented here, I think, make it a very special base. This is one of the strongest bases I've ever made in Rust. They didn't even, so whenever we got offline rated twice, not only did they not get any pixel gaps, they didn't get any, they didn't even find out about the armor bunkers. Like, they didn't come this far back here. They didn't raid this far into the base. They just went to the main loot area, air quotes, main loot area, the, you know, back here, and they're like, oh, this is it. Oh, this is all they have, and then they just leave. We have our horsey in here. Need some more food. There's a lot of shit in this locker. This is the conveyor that runs outside also. You know what's really funny about this base also, and using this idea is, even if the enemy knows about it, it's still just as effective, which is actually really comical, because y'all know from my other videos I talk a lot about the most powerful thing about a base is what the enemy doesn't know. So if you have pixel gaps that they don't find out about, or bunkers using the old horse glitch, rest in peace, using those, it's powerful because the enemy doesn't know the loot room is even there. But this one, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if they know it's there. You can, you know, show openly that the loot room is there, kind of like all those bunkers in the backyard. It doesn't matter. It's just as powerful because the loot is distributed evenly. It doesn't even matter. So if you were to take this concept even further and design an entire base around the industrial system, evenly distributing your loot, you could design a very compact base that would require a foundation wipe. Yeah, I mean, we're talking like a 2x2, just a metal 2x2. You could make it so that it's a 90 rocket foundation wipe to get all of the main loot. And yes, I'm designing that base right now. I've already got a mock-up, and I rated it myself, and it did take 90 rockets to get all the main loot in a 2x2. I also have another base coming that incorporates pixel gaps, but you know I'm a huge fan of moving pixel gaps around your base. I'll show you all how to do that in one of my other videos. I have a base that uses that concept, but now with this industrial idea and how effective it's been this wipe, I think I'm going to use them in conjunction with one another. So be on the lookout for another base soon that'll, you know, my 90 rocket 2x2 or the 120 rocket 3x3. A replacement is coming for those now that the horse glitch is gone. Just thank you for your patience as be a perfectionist. Utter perfectionist about the base before I load it to YouTube, which is, I guess, my greatest strength and my greatest weakness. Something. Anyway, thanks guys. I really appreciate you watching, and if you've made it this far, you're amazing. And I would love for you to hit the subscribe button. So I'm gonna wait and add some time at the end of this video for you to hit the subscribe button, because it's literally just click the button. There's no further commitment necessary. All you gotta do is just click it, and like, so you have a choice in your life right now to enrich my life. That sounds guilt trippy as hell. Maybe it is. You have a moment to enrich my life, and all you have to do is press the subscribe button. Help Benjamin get to 5,000 subscribers. Feel sorry for me for I'm autistic? Yeah, I'm going there. Yeah, can you do that? Just click the button. I actually wouldn't ever want anyone to feel sorry for me because I'm autistic, because I love it. I love it, and it's liberating doesn't even begin to describe how it felt. I literally burst into tears whenever I found out from the doctor, and I think it's resulted in me making some cool bases that a lot of you enjoy. So really appreciate y'all viewing, and I'll see you in the next video.